Okay, I guess we could call this episode 3, take 3. You're going to realize that the atmosphere has changed because even though the sun is shining and this is Florida, it's cold outside, baby. So, as I was saying, I grew up in a family of dysfunction, and my faith that I was brought up in allowed me to suppress some of the things that I went through, that I experienced. And although it brought me to forgiveness and peace and things like that, it still did not take me to the point where I was facing my issue, where I was head on with it, eye to eye with it. I could identify that within myself that I was having a problem. In all the service, in all the prayer and the fasting and the studying, I would get revelation. I would get peace, calm, but it kept reoccurring. It kept reoccurring. It would calm and everything would be suffice and seem settled and resolved for a little while, but after a while, it was like a repetitive cycle, and it was like, okay, wait, there's got to be more to this than this. This can't be it. There's got to be more. So, you know, life goes on. You have trials, you have tribulations. And during my life events, when things got really hard for me, I went to the cross like I was taught. I go to the cross. When depression hit, when anger hit, when conflict, whatever, when things got difficult, I went back to what I was raised up in. And that's the church. Ooh, I'm getting critical in a minute. But I went back to the church, to the source, to the thing that always seemed to take me to calm, to peace, but never resolve. It's odd. Never a point where I could resolve the issues. And now, because I have hindsight, I know why. And it was because I was experiencing emotions and feelings that religion taught me to suppress, because it tells us it's not about how you feel. It's not about how you feel. You got to press past it. You got to go past it. Fast, pray. And it was like, okay, God, I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm serving, I'm teaching, I'm learning, I'm growing, but I am not healing. I'm able to heal, but I can't heal myself. I'm able to love, but I can't identify it for myself. So what's wrong with me? Then I began to look within myself. Okay, what's wrong with you? Why are you feeling what you're feeling? Why is what you're feeling, it will only be suppressed, but it won't be resolved? These feelings keep reoccurring. Why? So I began to mourn and grieve, and my spirit was like, this is not it. You can't do this. How long are you going to repeat these cycles and not get results? You're not happy. Why are you not happy? You don't have joy. Why don't you have joy? Why can't you go into the service? You can clap, you can sing, but you can't get to the point of real worship. You can't get to the point of real praise because you're not happy. It's not that you're not ungrateful, because I've been told that you're ungrateful. You need gratitude, or the devil is a lie, and he is a lie. So I'm like, okay, the church is not helping me. I got to step off. It's not working for me anymore. So I decided to step off. I had to step back. I had to look deeper than I had to look deeper. Had to stop looking up and look in. And so I stopped going to services. I stopped wanting to be in church, to look at services online, to attend services in person, to listen to religious music. It just made me angry. I didn't want to become bitter. And I remember making a phone call one day to one of my good friends. And we used to hang out all the time. And, I used to help her uh, with her son. She adopted a little boy. I call him White Chocolate. I miss my little man. But I called her because she was a no judgment zone. I know I could talk to her. I knew her testimony. She knew some of my testimony, and I knew I could talk to her, and she wouldn't judge me. And I was like, I gotta do this. I'm thinking about stepping out of the church. I can't do this. My faith is not helping me, and I gotta do it. And I'm weeping. And I had just lost my mommy. And things were not going well in my relationships. In church, at home, with my siblings, me and my son. Everything was friction. Everything was hard. Everything was hurting. It was just too much. And now I'm having these emotions on top of everything else that's going on. And I can't suppress them anymore. So now I decide I gotta back away from the cross. I gotta get away from church because the way it's structured, it's not giving me no answers. I'm not getting help. So I call her, and she's comforting, she's supporting me, she's letting me vent, and I am weeping. Oh my God, I am grieving this thing. It's like, oh God, I love you. I always love you, but this is not working. I got to do something different. Apologizing, weeping, hurting. I can't see. I can't speak. Barely breathing. Just grief. And then she says this one thing that made me know that I had to do it, because I was trying to figure out how to get out of it. This ain't the answer. I was believing everything that I had been fighting against the whole time that I was studying and walking in my faith. And that was that the things that I was naturally drawn to were demonic. They were always telling me, that's the devil, that's the devil. And she said it. She said, that's the devil, right? And that was it for me. That was it. After I heard myself say yes, and my body reacted like, girl, damn well that's not the truth. And that was it for me. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for talking to me. I gotta go. And I hung up. And I just told God, you know me better than anybody else. And you know that I have to do this, because this is not working for me. And I cut off. I totally cut off. I ejected myself. And it was like the more I tried to eject myself, the more things would come for me to do something. I started to be still. And then all of a sudden I was being asked, could you help us at the church to do this? Oh, we need volunteers to do this. And I was myself, being my natural self, and I started helping. And in the process of helping, I just began to get heavy and unsatisfied. And then I felt myself getting bitter. So I had a conversation with leadership, and he was like, I know you're grieving. I know I just want you to serve. I want you to press through and serve while you're pressing through. Continue to serve while you're pressing through. And I bursted. I just bursted. And I went home and I tried to continue. And I started having these memories. My body kept reacting to certain things that people would say. I would smell certain things and have a memory, or I would hear a song and it would trigger something. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on with me? And that was it. I made up my mind that this is not helping me. I had to look into, maybe I was having a mental breakdown. Maybe I was having a personality disorder, a split. Something was happening to me that wasn't happening before. And if it was happening before, I was not ignoring it this time. So I just left. I was like, okay, I gotta leave. And when the time is right, they'll know why. So I left. I removed myself. And this time, I didn't go back. I started reading and trying to find out what was going on with me. And I wasn't getting anywhere, just grasping at straws. And I've always been a dreamer. I've always identified with spirit. I could hear it. They talk to me. I see them. I dream. And I had this dream, and it led me to look up the Apocrypha, the unwritten books in the Bible, and which I had done many times before, but I was like, here we go back with the Bible again. What's going to be so different about it this time? So I'm going on YouTube, and I'm scrolling through something, and I see this reading. It's a reading, astrologer or whatever this lady was. And she's talking about somebody who just passed has a message for you. And I clicked on it. And let me tell you, the message was for me. And I'm not going to go into what the message is. That's for another video. But the message was for me. And this woman was talking about healing yourself and doing healing your inner child, to do the work of healing your inner child. There's trauma that you've experienced, and I'm trying to think of the terminology. I know the terminology, but right now it's slipping my mind. It's called it's another name for it is dark night of the soul, but the name that she used was dark something. It's not, I can't recall it right now. But I was like, what is that? Let me look that up and see what that is. And in doing so, healing childhood trauma, what's the healing childhood trauma. I'm trying to remember the exact terminology. But I looked it up and I found this lady, Lisa Romano. And she was talking about dysfunction and healing your inner self and your inner child. And that was my aha. This is it. This is what I need. This is what I can relate to. And I just began to hone into whatever information I can find about her testimony. And I just was reading, ordering books, looking up books, reading books, getting all kind of information. And she was talking about dysfunction, family dysfunction, and behaviors we learn that start at an early childhood that prevent you from developing certain patterns or learning abilities, even emotions, because of the stage in your life that you experienced trauma. And that was it for me. That was the thing that opened the door to my journey and my beginning into self-healing. So all of these videos up to this video leads to this moment right here. My discovery of dysfunction in my family and myself, and me videoing it is me getting the nerve, the regaining my power, finding my balance, and changing the ancestral DNA of my family and myself to finally stop the cycle. So, until the next episode, see you in the future.